How to start a small trucking company. I love your question. My name is Brando Linick, and I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be talking about this from a little review perspective. This is something I've had a really close family of mine actually do, and I'm going to talk about kind of how people are making money and building incomes doing it, so you can leave this video with a clear-cut understanding on how to actually build a business in such a way that will actually get you the results that you want. Because with a small trucking company, family who have done this, and I helped them out in the very beginning when they were getting going just a couple of years ago. They started out with one truck, one semi-truck, and they built relationships with grocery stores like Walmarts and Safeways, and they would be freight forwarding from the manufacturers, and shipments that would come in from overseas, and just products and services that would be coming in that had to go to the grocery stores. They started out that way as a trucker, all right, and then they bought their own truck, and then they started getting a second truck, and then a third truck, and they started out building out a fleet of trucks. And soon it became a little bit bigger. They have their own warehouse facility with a bunch of trucks, and they're freight forwarding different types of products and services all the time. But I'm telling you, they're really trying to get away from it now. And the reason is not anything wrong with the business model other than the fact of what it entails, which is supplies, equipment, employees, managing and maintaining it every day, every week, every year. It can be very frustrating mentally, physically, all right, emotionally. It can be draining, making sure people show up to work on time, managing and maintaining people, clocking them in, clocking them out, making sure that someone's actually picking up products and services properly, dropping them off properly, all right, making sure nothing gets broken. It can be real stressful, and it's what entails with the business model. So in this review, I want to make sure that you know that, so you can make an educated decision if that's really something you want to do, because that in a sense is actually how you can get started. You can build relationships with manufacturers, with small stores, all right, with big box name stores, all right, like Safeway and Walmart, like a family and friend did, all right. But I'll tell you, if you're looking at this to build a business and an income, just to be your own boss, if that's what you're looking for, I would advise you and suggest to you, before you consider starting a small trucking company, before you head down this path, if you're wanting to build a business and income for yourself, be your own boss, quit your job. I've got a lead I want to throw your way. My story with this goes back like 15 months ago, September 2014, when I transitioned. I quit my traditional business I was running, doing a form of this with supplies, equipment, and all that stuff. And it was because I was working like 16 hours a day. It was nonstop for like 2 whole years straight, and sometimes working then harder than employees and paying them more than I was getting paid. So I quit that business for those reasons and much more personal, and came across a person who was building a business and income without supplies, without equipment, without employees. And I'm not guaranteeing you that you're going to get the same results as this person. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get rich quick overnight. That's not the case. You cannot do that in any type of business. But they didn't have supplies, they didn't have equipment, they didn't have employees, they weren't cold market prospecting or chasing people down. And they weren't doing that, and they're building a multiple six-figure income business, their second year in business, and they're doing this on the internet. They're doing this through the internet from their laptop computer technology you're using right now, and because they're doing it, I started to model and copy them. In less than 3 months, I was able to create a full-time income business working part-time. I don't guarantee you the same results. I worked my butt off. I decided not to be average or typical, so I was able to do that, but I share it with you because if you want to create a business that's truly leveraged, truly flexible, where you can have time freedom to do what you want, when you want, this is not hyperbole, this is straight talk, I would encourage you, learn to build a business online. Learn to use the internet to do the heavy lifting for you, where you don't have to go and hire supplies and have equipment and employees and all these things and more, because it can take away from your time freedom, if that makes sense, because you got to manage and maintain it. So that's just my overview in this video review. I hope you enjoyed it as much as they put it together for you. If you enjoy this kind of stuff and would like to learn more about building a business and income in a way where you can travel more, retire your wife, retire your husband, move into that nice big house that you've always been dreaming of, or buy that car you've been dreaming of. If you're coachable and trainable, you want to learn some things, check out my site. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put the link in the description below. You'll see a video there from myself explaining to you in exact detail of how I've done this and how you can do it too. And then after that, I'll introduce you to my good friend and mentor who shared this with me going back 15 months ago, and how they're still traveling around the world building a business and income right off their internet connection on their laptop. So appreciate you. It's been fun, and I will see you on the beaches of the world. Take care.